Hey, cats, was good? Sorry I've been away so long. The virus nearly did your boy in, and then it was slave to the grind to make up for that recovery time, right? But we're back here in an episode for you to touch on the story heard round the world. All right, you know the deal. You want to hit it? Here you go.
Your username on TikTok was 4 Doors More Whores?
Yes.
Hey, Savages, welcome in. Thanks for coming. Glad to be back. We're going to touch off now on the biggest topic floating around today, I'm sure, which is the indictment of one Donald J. Trumpsicles. Absolute sham, not going to hold water. Any attorney I've heard speak on this topic says that at best this is a very weak case. At worst, it's banana public style political theater. I believe it to be somewhere in between. But touching off on that, of course, this is coming out of New York, and their Soros-funded DA, Alvin Bragg, or AKA Big Scroat, right? This guy ran on the premise of we're going to get Trump in 2021. That was his main platform. Then he took office, lowered the punishment for 52% of felonies in the state of New York, while trying to extend a misdemeanor that's past the statute of limitations into a felony in Trump's case, right? That's not a double standard at all. And again, this dude is Soros funded, took $1 million during his election. He doesn't owe him a favor at all. Their star witness, Michael Cohen, a convicted perjurer himself, did prison time for lying, right? And his attorney apparently signed a piece of paper in 2018 attesting to the fact that Cohen paid this hush money to Stormy Daniels, $130,000, out of his own pocket, of his own volition, without the knowledge or cooperation of Trump or the Trump organization, right? Where the crime comes in here is they're saying that Trump paid it back to him and labeled it as legal fees rather than personal expenses. Who gives a fuck, right? But anyway, he was paying this guy hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for legal representation, and so could easily have signed off on a letter or a bill for $130,000. So if the letter from his attorney is true at all, I don't see how this case could hold water, let alone with the statute of limitations. But just in case, the NYPD has been told to report in force and in uniform, and because they want to set you up for a new honeypot while the 1-6 honeypot crumbles, Jacob Chansley being released from prison because of the release of the footage with the Tucker files and whatnot. That case is crumbling. They also have leftist fucking deviant lunatics shooting up schools and murdering children. So perfect time for this release, right? And they're going to try to set you up for violence. Don't fall for it. I'm not saying don't peacefully protest. Obviously, that is a natural born right. Okay? But do not commit acts of violence, no matter who goads you, no matter what kind of Ray Epps is there telling you go inside, or the police are opening doors for you. Don't listen. It's a trap, right? But this is all tied into a larger scheme being built around you, right? Again, this DA is Soros funded, okay? And if you've paid attention at all, not just here, but to any other political pundit, you've seen that George Soros recently came out and endorsed DeSantis while saying Trump needs to be stopped, or Trump is a has-been, Trump is yada, 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 yada. He definitely does not support DeSantis. DeSantis stands for everything that this man stands against. It's solely to sow discord and dissent within the political party, obviously Republicans. To crush, America First sentiment, right? And again, this all ties into a larger scheme, because who is Soros also tied into? The World Economic Forum, right? The World Economic Forum came out months ago and said that the biggest obstacle facing today is basically freedom of speech, but of course they label it as mis and disinformation, right? And that's basically saying something that they disagree with or questioning their narrative. And that's what it's labeled, okay? Obviously, we know Trump's done that since day one. He's rubbed especially the mainstream, and I'm sure plenty of the elites the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you agree with the man or not, you cannot deny those facts right there. You could totally disagree with him and know that he's a class A troll, and he doesn't need to take no shit. He's a multi-billionaire. You know what I mean? But anyway, so then, obviously this is all tied together. Then you had the World Health Organization come out and say that they want to push for the ability to censor online. Now you got to come out and saying they're rolling out the systems to do so, right? And this is the World Health Organization. Who the fuck do these people think they are? I mean, seriously, no one's asking them to do this. Nobody wants to be censored. You know what I mean? Regardless of what side of the political spectrum you're on, nobody wants to be censored. And the left is ridiculous because they think that this kind of shit that they're agreeing with now won't be used against them. Even with the presidential indictment, Biden, as skeletons crumble out of his closet, and he's going to be an ex-president. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's setting a precedent, right? But then you also have the UN coming out and saying that they have to censor to protect free speech, right? 2 + 2, equals 5. Freedom of slavery, yada, yada, right? And then another entity that's tied into all these organizations, right? Bill Gates. Now you got Bill Gates coming out and saying that Western civilizations need to hand over their health authority to the World Health Organization. Again, everything boils down to, handing your freedom and powers and opinions and ability to discern information for yourself away to nameless, faceless bureaucrats that you have they're totally above, any kind of, litigation or, magnification. I mean, it's absolute ridiculousness. And then, of course, Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum, you're going to eat the bugs and you're going to own nothing and you're going to like it, right? I mean, it's to the point to where, it seems to be easily connected to anyone paying half attention. I mean, to the point now to where even the church is speaking out against them because, not because I value what the church has to say, but because they see the threat to their own power. You know what I mean? But either way, they're sounding the alarm. The top archbishop just below the Pope, I mean, we know the Pope's a socialist, globalist D-bag, so he ain't saying shit, right? But the top archbishop, Carlo Maria Vigano from Italy, has come out and said that these people and these entities are a threat to the survival of mankind. You know what I mean? It's pretty rare that you hear that kind of shit come out of, someone so high up in the religious order. And then, so you got Biden, the Biden admin, obviously pushing for control and censorship. We know that from the Twitter files. We know that from the Facebook leaks. And then what ties that together? Like the Restrict Act, right? Biden now, the admin pushing, and it's not just, the leftists or the Democrats. You got people such as like Lindsey Graham, who's never met an enemy combatant, apparently including you, that he wasn't willing or, giddy to sign on to attacking. Okay? But the Restrict Act, they're using it as an excuse like we got to remove TikTok because it's a Chinese spy apparatus. But in reality, nothing can be enforced on the people of TikTok. It's based in China. Any restriction and punishment doled out inside of this bill is directly against you. Okay? It restricts speech online completely. It gives them the power and authority without your knowledge or consent to use your information, remove apps and files from your devices. They're immune to FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. All this, again, plays into the censorship. And to take it one step further, again, if you've paid attention here, you've seen clips of the World Economic Forum and the central bank discussing the rollout of central digital currencies. Now you have the Biden admin telling the Treasury to go ahead and start the research for the rollout of an American-sponsored digital currency. And this is bordering on Black Mirror shit, because when your currency is all digital, and there's things like the Restrict Act have come to fruition. Not only can they control the information you can consume or the information you can put out there, but when you dissent or speak against the party, they'll be able to shut your money off, right? Chinese social credit system style, for real Chinese 1984. And basically deperson you, right? They'll be able to Alex Jones you in real life, in real time. Real shit. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me I'm bullshitting. Argue with me in the comments. Let me know if you think this indictment's going to help or hurt Trumpsicles. And let me know what you think about the connection there for the web, for the destruction of Western Republic fucking government. All right? Smell you later.
We're not against the Republicans. We're not against the Republicrats. We are against those MAGA thugs. Thugs.